This video, we're going to be going over part 4, which is the anatomy of absorption. So I get lots of questions about how do I spot absorption and how can I stop getting faked out. And so if you're a trader who trades any strategy, I want you to watch this video because you can apply the absorption principle to your trading. So let's dive into it. Now, who is this video for and why do I think it's important? So I want you to imagine price comes into your key level. What are you looking for? What do you expect, right? So this is your key level. It could be a demand zone, a support level, an order block, a breaker block, a higher time frame level, a psychological level. It can even be a trend line. You can apply this to a trend line as well. So if you have a level like this, price comes into your level, well, what do you expect? You want to go long or you want to go short? And so a lot of problems that I see, or the problem I often see, is that there's a lot of drawdown or inconsistency or fake outs or whatever it may be. Now, order flow isn't a way to eliminate all your losses, but you can use order flow to be on the right side of fake outs. And so that's what I'm going to show you in this video. So are you going to go bullish or bearish? And how do you time your entries correctly? So are we going to go bearish or are we going to go bullish? How do you decide on your direction? Okay, so let's say you go long, but then you get stopped out. But markets go in your favor afterwards, right? So you get something that looks like this. The question is, how do you know when to enter at the right time to catch the move that you're looking to catch? And so this is where we use the absorption or the anatomy of absorption principle, right? So you use the absorption to time the markets at the right key level. So this video, I trust that you've watched part 1, part 2, and part 3, which is about reading order flow, setting up your ATAS platform, understanding how footprint charts work. I'm going to assume you've watched the first 3 parts because we're going to get straight into part 4, which is about using order flow to spot absorption, right? It's a question I get a lot. So in this video, we have a lot to go through. So make sure you have a notepad and pen and let's get started. So the 3 problems we want to fix is getting stopped out or getting faked out consistently. Okay, not having solid confluences or confirmations at your levels to go long or short. And the final thing is struggling to read price action. So you'll notice how I spelled read there, R-E-A-D, as an acronym. Again, we went through this in part 3. So if you haven't watched part 1, part 2, and part 3, I recommend you go and do that because I'm going to assume that you understand the read method. Okay, and so all these 3 problems here, stopped out, no lack of confluence, struggling to read price action, we can fix with the ATAS platform because the ATAS platform allows us to read the order flow. And the order flow lets us read one thing, which is the market absorption, right? You want to see who is being absorbed in the market at any given point. So we're going to be going over a 1-hour trade I caught on the 27th of August, time of recording, and we're now going to break it down step by step, specifically the absorption area. So here's one example from a trade last week on Wednesday. So this would be the 19th of August. And there was the execution. So I want you to understand that no matter what strategy you use, support, resistance, supply and demand, ICT, no matter what strategy, what instrument you trade, what stock, what anything, right? You want to take your current strategy and apply order flow to it. And the ATAS platform is the simplest platform that you can use to get started. So let's dive into it. Let's dive into how you can execute using the footprint charts. Okay, so we're going to be going over absorption in this video, how I spot absorption and how I use it in a repeatable entry model. But before we get into that, I get lots of questions about the ATAS platform and how to set it up. So this is very basic. I'm not going to spend more than a few minutes on this. So ATAS works for both Mac and PC. However, I believe for PC, it works a little bit more user-friendly. I believe. I've never used a Mac, so don't quote me on that. But if you want to go and use the ATAS platform, go and Google ATAS, and you will see a screen that looks something like this. This is screenshotted straight from Google. You want to use ATAS Classic if you're on Windows, and if you're on Mac, as it says, you can use ATAS X or Beta. Make sure you're downloading the right one if you're a Mac user or if you're a Windows user. Very important. I'm a Windows user, so I use the Classic ATAS, right? There is a 15-minute delay. I do recommend getting the paid version because the paid version gives you live data. It's just way better. You can look at almost any market from Forex, futures, commodities, crypto, just about anything. You can use it on ATAS. Next, when you go to ATAS, you want to go right to the top of the ATAS screen and you're going to see ATAS Order Flow Workspace, which is what I call my workspace. You want to go to connections and you want to connect your account. So if you have a prop firm account, you can use Rhythmic or Tradeovate, or I think Ninja Trader has theirs. If you use a broker like AMP Futures, for example, AMP, you can request Rhythmic, for example. Rhythmic is what I use. You can use a Rhythmic connection to get live data connection from CME, right? So CME data feed, that's all it means, okay? So you connect ATAS to a live live feed, and that connects to your prop firm and or your broker. Very simple. Okay, and this is what ATAS looks like on the inside. So all you do is you click on chart, you go and you have an option of ES, NQ, GC, 6E, which I think is Euro USD, the order flow futures version. You've got BTC USD, you've got XB, you've got lots of different options. You can trade almost anything on the ATAS platform, right? So download the ATAS platform, get it set up, get your connection from Rhythmic, from a prop firm and or your broker. Make sure it's Rhythmic or NinjaTrader or TraderBase, something that gives you live order flow data coming in so you can plug it into your charts and see live data on order flow printing. Now, once you've done that, you want to have a chart that looks something like this. So you want to zoom into the candles and you're going to see the world behind the candles, which will stop you from getting faked out and taking bad trades. This is what a footprint chart looks like. You can see the delta profile. You can see price tapping into a key level. We're going to talk about that. And then we're going to get started from there. So it's super simple to set up ATAS. If you have any questions on that, there'll be a pinned comment in the first comment that you can book a call and we can get your technical set up. But that just shouldn't take too long. I get lots of questions, so I wanted to include that. So let's dive into it. The art of absorption, right? So absorption is the only confluence you want to use moving forward after you've watched this video, because absorption is why the market moves up and absorption is why the market moves down, right? Absorption is what creates our supply and demand levels, and we want to base every market decision off supply and demand. Okay, so this is what my entries look like. I use the the order flow to spot what we call a liquidity absorption. All right, this is how it works. This is the one analogy and the one sort of slideshow. This is the one slide you want to pay attention to. You have a demand zone, a support, a key level, a higher time frame level, maybe even an EMA cross or a trend line. Doesn't matter what it is, right? Price action moves due to supply and demand, nothing else. So let's say price comes into your demand area. Price comes in. I want you to imagine the spring. Right now, price is the ball on the spring over here, right? So the price of, let's say, ES or the S&P 500 or NQ, the price of any stock or instrument will be P, and P can obviously move up and down, as you can imagine a spring. So let's say price comes into your demand zone. Each candle comes in, right? What is going on inside the key level, right? So let's start from scratch. The spring will refresh, or the spring will decompress when price enters your key level. So this is where the read method becomes important. So recognize, evaluate, assess, and detect. Once again, if you haven't watched the previous videos, go back and watch the previous videos on read. It's going to make a lot more sense. Recognize, evaluate, assess, and detect, right? Now, what's going on here? The bid is greater than the ask, right? We see more aggressive sell orders than aggressive buy orders, or more market sell orders than market buy orders, right? They compress the spring. So when the bid is greater than the ask, the spring will compress downwards. Now pay attention to this sort of gray line here and corresponding to the demand area. Each time the spring compresses, what's happening is there are more aggressive sellers trying to drive price down, and you'll notice it here as the bid gets a lot greater than the ask, right? This is how a demand zone forms. Bid outstrips the ask, bid outstrips the ask, right? Now, once the spring is compressed all the way down, you want to ask yourself, will the spring be able to hold price, or will it not be able to hold price? And the problem I often see is that traders do not rely on the order flow to answer this basic question in the live markets. Using the spring analogy will allow you to think about how the markets form supply and demand, right? This works in flip if you're looking at a supply area, but we're looking at a demand area. So just imagine that spring, right? Compress, 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 compress. The reason the spring compresses is because there are more aggressive sellers than aggressive buyers, right? If price never breaks below your key level, i.e. the entry I took today, these negative delta, this is what corresponds that the spring is compressing, but we're unable to break below that spring or below that key level, right? So here's a closer look at the entry. Now, every single time, so we see price breaking above the key level. Now notice these candles here in relation to the spring, right? This is price. Price is heading lower inside of our key level. Price is heading lower inside of our key level. Again, price is heading lower inside of our key level. Now, what do I want you to pay attention to? Hopefully all of you can see as soon as we enter the level, we see lots of red delta, even here, red delta, red. Even here, red, right? Hopefully you can see the really dark red, which simply represents that there are a ton of more bid orders than ask orders. There are more aggressive sellers than aggressive buyers, right? But now what's happening here is as the spring compresses, we're unable to really break below that level. So this is level here on ES futures, 77.32 to about 26, 32 to 33, down to about 26. What does that tell you about this key level? This key level has effectively acted as a spring, right? Price, there's been the force acting down on price, or price is trying to compress and try and go lower. But this key level is acting as that spring. And it's saying, no, the spring is strong enough. The level is strong enough, right? The force pushing down on the spring isn't as strong as the spring compression moving upwards. And that's why the entry took place. That is literally why the entry took place. So you want to understand, you want to read the order flow inside of the right key level and apply the spring method. Simple as that. And that's how demand forms, and that's how support forms. The last thing I want to go through in this video is a recap from the last video. You all can see that number there, 27 for 0. Now, what does that mean? When you see 27 for 0, what that means, very simply, is this. There are 27 aggressive sellers and there are 0 aggressive buyers. Over here, when the spring is fully compressed, a 0 is a fantastic sign of a reversal. We call that a finished auction. A 0 is a sign of a reversal. Now, once you see that, the spring here we can call fully compressed, or we call it a finished auction. Okay, now that is the reason the market moves higher. The compression ends when you spot a 0, okay? And that is the reason why the markets spring higher. And that's how support is formed in the markets, okay? So that's a quick lesson on absorption. I recommend watching this video a few times, taking your setups on whatever strategy you trade. Get footprint charts, download ATAS, get your settings, and take it straight from TradingView to ATAS or to a footprint charts, and take a look at this phenomenon for yourself. Aggressive sellers, they don't break lower, price breaks higher. It's the spring method it's the spring method happening every single time. And for a supply or a resistance level, you just flip this concept on its head.